I'm on my way to see an old friend. It's not like really old. I mean, the friendship's old. Yeah, I met him about 12 years ago in Colombia. Not seen him since, but he lives here, so we're gonna go and hang out and get some food. 20 is plenty. Wasn't 20 is plenty a football fan campaign to keep ticket prices down?
Turn right onto North Washington Avenue.
So this is Brad. Brad, say hi, Brad.
Yeah.
And you've got a
Lamb Benedict, Eggs Benedict.
That looks pretty great. And this is my shrimp avocado toast. I feel I should lift it up with an implement rather than my fingers. It's fantastic. This is really great. It's got a bit of lime on it as well. Sort of Cajun style avocado toast. Really splendid. Right, so I have with me Brad, and Brad is a cicerone, which you explain to us, because I don't think we're very familiar with this term in the UK.
Sure. Cicerone is very much equivalent of like a beer equivalent of a sommelier. So a person who's knowledgeable in beer styles, history, things like that. We are at a craft brewery. We're at Inbound, one of my favorites in town. They do good stuff, good variety of beers. Yeah.
Excellent. And so what do we have in front of us here?
This darkest one here is one that's called Contains Nuts. It is a peanut butter milk stout. And we have two IPAs. We have West Coast IPA, which is what most people think of as an IPA. It's more on the bitter side. And then this one is a newer style called New England, or sometimes a hazy style. It's a little bit more fruity, not nearly as bitter. And then what I have is a Saison. It is a Belgian style beer. It's got a little bit more of like, sometimes called like farmhouse style. It's got flavors of hay and some like citrus, more on the lemon side.
Do you pick all these notes up yourself?
A lot of it is memorized, and then there is also some of me tasting it. And when I did taste this beer, yes, it very much has those very common flavors of hay and
I mean, because I don't generally drink, so I sort of stopped drinking for a while and then started again, but very
moderate.
In a very moderate way, and it's sort of like, I think my palate is diminished in a lot of ways. Yeah.
5% about. Okay, thank you. I want to be your
Yeah, that sort of has that tastes more sour to me.
Sour, interesting.
Yeah, but I don't know what I'm talking about, so that doesn't help. I get the sweetness straight away of the nuts. It's really. I like that.
I mean, it's not like
So, I get the impression there's a pretty decent, pretty sizable kind of craft beer scene here in Minneapolis-St. Is that about right?
Absolutely is the case. Minneapolis isn't the top for the United States for craft brewing per capita, but it's up there. It is one of the probably top 10 cities in the U.S.
Well, cheers, Brad.
Cheers.
And for the longer version of that interview, there's a link at the end of this video. And while we're having a quick peek at the Twins baseball stadium, if you're vaguely enjoying this, do like the video, subscribe to the channel, and change it to all notifications. And thanks to mysterious forces beyond our human understanding, my future content will show up in your feed. Saturday afternoon, and what an incredibly chill city this is. Minneapolis. It just feels like a very pleasant place to walk around. Ran out of time to talk about this actually with Brad. Brad is not just a beer sommelier. I can't remember what the term is. I was going to say gigolo, not gigolo. That's something else. He's also very much into like urban planning and all that kind of stuff. And this area here is a particular bugbear of his, because he says it's a that particularly well used piece of road, and it's a real blight on the centre. Perhaps they were my words. I think the word blight was my choice, but that was what I was picking up from them. This is not. It's like this running through the centre of the city. It's not great, is it? I mean, unless you want somewhere that's the set of a remake of French Connection. Although, if I'm honest, I think some part of me does like these sort of sweeping lines and that kind of thing. It feels like a very dynamic thing, and then I'm a fan of brutalist architecture, so I'm probably not a reliable source of aesthetics in this case. So people enjoying their Saturday up there. Sudden whiff of goat's cheese from that place. I think it was goat's cheese that I smelled. Got nice food there, whatever the deal. I'm going to see if I can get to the river. What a day. Very nice. In general, I'm really loving this sort of post-industrial side of Minneapolis. Fragment coffee. It's like a winner. Quirky offbeat, I think, right? So this whole thing is the warehouse district of Minneapolis, apparently. So there's a river around here somewhere. Let's see if I can find it. I like this city. I mean, I think it helps when it's bathed in this sort of golden sunlight, but yeah. I mean, I think it does help to be here this time of year as well, sort of mid-September. I mean, I guess it's about 6:30, getting on for 7 o'clock in the evening, and as you can see, it's sort of short sleeve weather, and not chilly at all in that respect. Just right, just really nice. But like someone I met last night on the way to my Airbnb, she was saying to me like, "Oh, 6 months, yeah, fine. The other 6 months, get out of there." And I don't think she meant the warm 6 months. So I'm currently walking here with Joe and Sarah, who are from here. I think so. You were saying you grew up in the city, is that right?
Yes, born and raised.
And Joe, you're from some small place nearby, right?
Farm, yeah.
Oh, how cool!
Close by.
So how is it? I mean, obviously it's splendid weather here right now. What's it like in the winter?
It's cold.
Excellent. Well, that wraps that up.
Beautiful. I like the cold. She can't stand it.
You need lots of layers and a fireplace.
What sort of typifies like a Minnesotan lifestyle in the winter?
Yeah, so we cross-country ski.
Really?
Ice skates outside all the time.
Huh.
A lot of people bike.
Yeah?
Hockey.
Oh, the new thing is the polar plunge. So you sit in the freezing water in a lake
Yeah.
for as long as you can.
Oh, and how long does that tend to be?
Some people do 10 minutes, some people do 20 minutes, some people do 1 minute.
And then you go in a sauna.
What about the cycling? Where do people go? Just like urban or out in the country? Or?
I think we're the second top cycle friendly city.
I'm gonna get shouted
So
at. I
it's
think,
how they get to
cycle
work.
back.
It's like
Oh,
their mode
right.
of transportation.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not quite the Amsterdam of America, but we're pretty
We're
good.
pretty close.
No, the public transport, like I was saying, seems good, and yeah, seems a lot of people on little scooters and things here.
So I have a bike. It has 5-inch tires, so that I can ride it in the snow.
Oh,
It
really?
grips on the snow.
Yeah.
And what about the summer? How's it? I mean, what do people do in the summer here?
It's the best. Everyone goes to a lake. There's 10,000
Really?
lakes in Minnesota.
So you have like lake houses, or do you just
Yeah.
go out and
Yeah.
visit in the day? Or
Lake houses or beaches.
oh,
Her
beaches,
parents-
really?
Yep.
Her parents
Nice.
live on a lake, so we spend a lot of time on the water.
Oh, how cool!
Yeah.
Yep.
God, that must be idyllic.
Wonderful.
And then, well, like, can you swim in the lakes?
Oh yeah. Very clean.
Yes. A lot
Can
of
you
them
fish?
are spring fed, so
What-
they're clear and beautiful. Yeah, lots of fishing.
And what sort of fish?
Ooh, you would know this.
That's a
Pike,
technical one, isn't it?
Bass.
Yeah?
Walleye is the Minnesota fish that you eat everywhere.
Actually, on that subject, what's the typical like Minnesotan food or Minneapolis sort of food dish or whatever?
Hot dish.
What, sorry?
Hot. If they call it hot dish,
Hot dish, and what is in this hot dish?
Oh, you're from Princeton.
it's comfort food. So it's noodles, heavy cream. There's usually some meat, and if we want to, some vegetables. But
Oh wow,
you stick it
okay.
in the oven for
Carbohydrates.
an hour, and
Well, yeah.
it'll keep you warm.
Are there any sort of like, do you have any sort of Minnesotan sayings at all?
You betcha. Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Or
That's
that is
one
the
of
saying?
them.
Okay, yeah, right. Wasn't sure if that was just an
Yeah,
answer.
sure.
Don't you know? So when we say Minnesota, we say Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yeah, lots
Yeah.
of long O's.
Okay, and like a D for the T.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Minnesota.
I have heard. Actually, I've been told that it's there's a lot of passive aggression here.
Yep.
Is- which I like. I really
Everyone
appreciate because I'm
polite
from
to
the
your
UK.
face, and
Oh,
then you
good.
walk away.
Really.
Not us,
I
but
was gonna
They do say
wait a
we're-
minute.
We're Minnesota nice.
Minnesota, nice. That's
that
like,
is the term.
yeah,
Yeah, it's a beautiful place.
right. Great place to live from the sound of it.
It's wonderful.
I mean, it seems really chill now. Is that a typical sort of experience of Minneapolis?
Very laid back, very, very family oriented. It's
Yeah.
not a place to come get ahead in your career. It's a place to
Okay.
like come settle down,
Ah, right.
start
Career thing
kind of
first.
a family.
How do other states see Minnesotans?
Minnesotan. See?
Minnesotan, sorry.
She does it.
Oh, people think that. What do people think about us? I had something about Minnesotans.
Yeah. So
What was I
we
gonna
don't
say?
get along with Wisconsins
Oh, good.
We're very competitive.
and Iowans. Can we walk down here a second?
Okay.
On the bike.
Or Iowans.
Yeah.
So Iowans and is it adjacent? Is Iowa adjacent?
Yeah. It's just we're pretty much the best, so nobody says anything
Oh,
bad about
yeah.
us.
A lot of
I
people
agree.
say they would never visit Minnesota, and then
Okay.
when they come here, they never want to leave.
Oh. Or you don't let them?
What?
Or you don't let them?
Yeah, exactly.
But I imagine Iowans don't have nice things to say about Minnesotans,
No.
though, from what you're saying. But if they just don't know what they're talking about, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
But when people come here, they see it's so beautiful, it's so green, and it's low cost of living,
Yeah.
very kind,
But kind and then.
but not
Yeah.
passive.
To a
Cool.
point.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't get over how nice they were. Joe and Sarah, that's so cool. So friendly. This city as well is just really great vibe. I can see why so many people think it's such a good place to live. I'm gonna head out now and see if I'm out. See if I can get some food and something to drink. The smells as you walk along here are just amazing. The smells of food, superb.
So this is a really interesting concept. Seems to be like a craft thing and bar where you do like crafts and stuff. So this is the depot. It's a former railway station, like a 19th century railway station. And Joe and Sarah were telling me that in the winter, this basically becomes an ice skating rink. This might be a winner.
Wow, what a great day. Shattered. So on the train on the way here, we crossed a time zone First time I've crossed a time zone on a train since 15 years ago when I was on the Trans-Siberian Railway. And I made the mistake of not changing my alarm clock. I have a mechanical. I have an analog alarm clock which I use deliberately so that I don't have that thing of using a phone as an alarm clock, which then means you end up in bed looking at your phone, which is just bollocks, right? Not good. So, and obviously your phone changes time, but analog clocks don't. Where am I? Oh. Did you see the vanity there? The glass is gone just to look at the sign. You want to see what it's like when I'm driving? I don't really. Yeah, what a great day. A long and tiring day after I got up an hour earlier than I needed to because of the alarm clock situation. But yeah, Minneapolis, really like it. And people are great as well. And yeah, so glad I came here. Next stop, don't know yet. Might be North Dakota, might be Montana, we'll see. No, I know, next stop. I've done these things before and I'm always too tall. So I may just massage a part at a time. Foot vibration, foot massage. Oh, at the moment it's like, is it just gonna it's just crush my feet? Growling. Rolling. Every one of these, I'm just thinking, am I going to regret this? Tap. You're going to tap me. Oh, you are going to tap me. It's like body blows. It's like that scene in The Matrix where he's getting hit by bullets. Or the scene in the Carry On film where the guy's in the hospital trolley that goes down the stairs and he goes, let's keep going. Skip a lot. And the roller. Oh, it's quite good. It's sort of randomly good occasionally. Yeah, the thing with the human massage, the person can feel with the thumbs where it's right. This is just like being trapped in a mashing machine. Whatever that is. You will reveal the secrets of the hidden treasure, or we will use the vibration and the roller. Well, there you go. Make what you will of that.